Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here. Thank you very much for joining my top stocks to watch for the coming week. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Without any further ado, please hit the like, subscribe, and let's see the charts. 50 names on my list. In this video, we will start with Airbnb. ABNB is the ticker. On the right side, weekly chart. Left side, the daily time frame, daily chart. Always zoom in, zoom out to get a better point of view of price action. And as we can see on the weekly chart, we have a clear downtrend, yellow line that identifies the lower highs since November 2021. Each and every time price reached this trend line, it got rejected, and not surprising, also this past week I'm waiting for a break up and above at least 2-3 days closing above this trend line, and then we have levels to watch and manage our risk according. And of course, everything you see and hear on this video and on other videos on my channel is for educational purposes only. Always do your own due diligence. Never follow blindly anyone on social media, paid or free services, YouTube, Twitter, or on any other platform. AMAT, applied materials, as we can see on the daily, broadening formation. This trend line over here from support to resistance to the higher highs, and this trend line here from resistance from the lower highs to support the lower lows. So now got rejected, going to the downside. And if we see AMAT on the weekly side, we have this low here, higher low here, and now breaking above the 111. If we look left, this 111 was a very strong resistance for price. Now price finally broke up above and managed to close above it. So always look on the daily and on the weekly. And if we take the daily, swing low, swing high, we have 117.45 to the downside as next support. BEN, Franklin Resources. If you watched my previous videos and follow me on Twitter, you know that we are watching and we got into swing position on this name, long swing. Now, once again, trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. This trend line started over March and April of 2020 as support over here, and then once price broke below it, this trend line came as resistance during 2022, and now, not surprising, closing the week below, got rejected. So now let's see if price can break up above and close above this trend line. We can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, and now we have small gap to the downside. And as we know, more than 80% of all gaps will get filled. The sooner the better for the bulls. 32.20 is support with this gap to get filled. CCL, another name that we are following, Fibonacci-Traders.com, we are following this name, and we have waited patiently on the sidelines until price will close above this red box. This red box, as you can see, since June of 2022 acted as a very strong resistance for price. Now, past week, broke up, closed up 1166, and now if we zoom in the daily, we can see clearly this trend line is acting as a resistance for the higher highs. let's see a break to the upside towards this trend line over here. This blue trend line started over June of 2021, lower highs, and now let's see break above the red trend line, and with high probability the next major resistance on the daily will be the blue trend line. CDAY, another interesting name. As we can see, higher lows since the low of June 22, October 22 higher low, and now December 22 higher low, breaking to the upside above 75. Let's see continuation. We can take this trend line here that will act as our short-term support if we are long, and we can see here we can take Fibonacci swing low, swing high, and now we also have Fibonacci levels on the daily to manage risk to the downside and potential resistance for the upside. Next is CSCO, Cisco Systems. Basically, chart is speaking by itself. We have here two trend lines. We are waiting. This is the same trend lines, the daily, weekly. We are waiting for a break up and above the 50 together with this trend line over here. Then we can take swing long on CSCO. We can also take Fibonacci on the daily, swing low, swing high, and not surprising, it gives us all the levels of support and resistance that we need to follow in order to manage our risk. DELL, another name, back on my watch list. We can see DELL is holding the 39 level as short-term support. No Fibonacci is really needed. We can take this line here, put it over here, and now we can clearly see 39 area is a very important support for DELL. This trend line over here, very strong resistance for the lower highs. Each and every time price reached and tried to break up and above, it got rejected. So I'm waiting for a break up and above. We still have time until DELL earnings. We can take swing low, swing high on the daily, and now we have all the levels and trend lines to manage our risk. eBay, if you're following me on Twitter, you know that I have been posting chart on this name for the past several days, several weeks actually. And if you're not following me on Twitter, please make sure you follow, because I post daily swing and day trading actionable ideas. And join our Fibonacci-Traders.com Discord. We trade together. This is not an alert service. We share ideas, we trade together, and the most important thing is we help each other become our own indicators so we can stop follow others. eBay breaking above the 50, looking left, 50 area, 49.50 area was a very important support during 2020, then became 2022 as resistance, now breaking to the upside. Now we can take Fibonacci on the daily, because we are swing trading on the daily, swing low, swing high, and now we have all the levels that we need, and we can clearly see uptrend until proven otherwise, and no other indicators are really needed, not even volume, because everything follows price, even volume. Etsy, weekly, we have this trend line that holds as resistance for the higher highs, and we have higher lows. So Etsy now, until proven otherwise, is in an uptrend, but we need to take under consideration this trend line. And if you are not long on Etsy yet, check out the daily. gap to the downside at the 140.80. So maybe this gap will get filled. 80% chance it will. So I would wait for this gap to get filled. If not, let's see a break. FL, same as Etsy, we can see this trend line over here is holding as resistance for the higher highs, and we have this trend line over here that holds support for the higher lows. So FL, uptrend until proven otherwise. Higher highs, higher lows. This is that definition for an uptrend. And if we zoom in to the daily, we can take Fibonacci, swing low. We can take this one, we can take this one. It all depends on the time frame that you are trading. So now, 47.40, looking left, strong resistance and strong support in the past. Now, together with this trend line, if you are not long on FL yet, I would wait for two things. First, we have this gap over here that needs to get closed. 80% chance it will. We have a doji of a trend line. This is the most significant signal that we have in technical analysis for high probability for trend reversal, in this case to the downside, or wait for a day or two, close above this trend line. Intel, back on my watch list. I'm waiting patiently on the sidelines for a break up above and a close above the 30.20 area, maybe even higher, maybe even above the 31, because we see this area of the 30-31 is a very strong resistance for price. Trade the chart. Do not trade FOMO. Do not trade the news. Trade the chart. Price action is everything. Everything follows price. We do have here the low of October 2022, higher low December 22, and we have also this higher low of January 23. Now I'm waiting for a break, as we can see here, above 31.40. Then we can go swing long and manage risk according to the levels. And again, always do your own due diligence. This is not an alert service. This is not an advice to take any kind of investing or trading. MU, basically we can see clearly that 63.64 is a very strong resistance for price action. So clearly we need to wait for a close above it. We don't even need Fibonacci to identify strong support areas, strong resistance areas. So closing a daily, a day or two above the 64.80, 65 area, we will go long, and then we can take Fibonacci swing long, swing low, swing high, and now we have all the levels that we need. Check the links in the description below and check my how-to playlist. 16 videos, 20 minutes or less on how to become a better trader, technical side, and more important, on the mental side. Trading is 80% mental strength. NEO, Neo Genomics, not Neo the EV company. Clearly 13 area, very strong resistance, long above it. We have, if you are a pattern trader, we can see some kind of a inverted head and shoulders, but Fibonacci traders, we don't trade the patterns because they are not reliable. The only thing we trade is candlestick analysis, Fibonacci levels, and trend lines. We can go zoom in to the daily, swing low, swing high, and now we have all the levels that we need to manage our risk. PayPal earnings coming up on February 9th. And as we can see on the weekly, finally breaking up above and closing above this white downtrend line that held the lower highs since March of 2022. Now going to the upside, we have here double bottom scenario. Let's see if PayPal with too many gaps to the downside. Let's see how price will react to PayPal earnings. We can take swing low, swing high, and now we have all the levels that we actually need. SQ, block, ink. We do have here this low here, October 22 lows. We have here December 22 lows, higher low, and now we have this high here, this high here, higher lows, higher highs, but I'm waiting for a close above the 87 area, because if you're not long yet on SQ, we can look left and see 87 area. Even the 90 area is a very strong resistance for price action. Then we can go to daily chart, swing low, swing high, and that's it. We don't need anything else. So these are my 15 stocks and top stocks to watch for next week. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, and don't forget, hit the notification bell, because more videos are coming up during this weekend and during this week for my how-to playlist. Currently have 16 videos, 20 minutes or less, on how to become a better trader, technical side and on the mental side. So until the next video, stay safe.